Good evening, my beautiful Baba babes. Welcome, welcome, Spiritual Renewal. If you're watching live, please leave a comment. Let me know you're here. And if you're catching the replay, be sure to comment #replay so I know how far this goes. I'm really grateful to be here. It's Palo Santo wood for you. Okay. Yeah. There we go. I don't think anybody could hear me until I fix that audio issue. Mic, speaker, to the MacBook. Okay, I'm getting it together. Okay, if you do have trouble hearing me, let me know. Like you can hear that. Hello. If you're joining live, leave a comment. Let me know you're here. Welcome. If you're catching the replay, go ahead and leave a comment. #replay so we know how far this goes. What are we doing today? Well, I'm going to share some teachings, some messages with you. We're going to do some channeling. We're going to do some prayer healing. We're going to do some grounding, and I'm going to do readings by donation today. So if you'd like a reading, donate any amount to the link in the description of the video. And I will be so happy to tune in and do a reading for you, my love. But let's start off with a grounding meditation. Here's why grounding is so important. We are designed to be a match to the earth energies. When we are ungrounded and we go and open up to spirit like we're about to do today, we can become like derailed. We're not meant to house spirit, to even bring spirit through. Our human bodies are not really designed for it. So when we match up with the earth's energy, we ground ourselves, and Mother Earth helps us bring that energy through. And so we don't get exhausted, we don't get overwhelmed, we don't have any issues with our body when we're really grounded into the earth energies. And what that means is when we're grounded in, we can open ourselves that much more to divine spirit, and we can bring it through in a way that is practical and applicable to our lives and to the people who we share with. And if it's not usable stuff, what's the point, right? So let's go ahead and ground in together, and then we'll open up with some prayer and we'll get started. Would you close your eyes with me? Take 3 deep breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth. Feel all of your energy pool in your root chakra, landing completely in your body and totally in the present moment. Take a deep breath in and pull the energy from your root into your heart. Exhale and hold the energy in your heart. Inhale and pull the energy from your heart into your crown. Exhale and hold the energy in your crown. Inhale and pull the energy out of your body. Feel it connect with divine source energy. And with the out breath, pull that energy back into your body and into your heart. Breathe in and hold the energy in your heart. Breathe out and pull the energy down to your root. Breathe in and hold the energy in your root. Breathe out and push the energy down your legs and into your feet. Breathe in and hold the energy in your feet. Breathe out and push the energy into the earth. feel that energy hook in with the earth's core, and take a deep breath in and pull it back up towards your feet. Exhale. Inhale and feel the energy hit the soles of your feet and move up your legs and pool again in the root chakra, and exhale into your root chakra. All right. Thank you, Divine Spirit. Thank you for bringing us together today. Thank you for creating this incredible network all over the world, bringing us together in love and connection and community. Help us open up completely to Divine Spirit today, to hear the messages, to receive the healing, to fill ourselves up with light and love and connection, and bring that out into our lives, into every relationship, every interaction that we have this week. Thank you. All right. Hello, Jay. Nice to have you on here, darling. Welcome. Hello, Marina. Yeah, if you're here, leave a comment if you're here live, and do me a favor. If you're into the spiritual stuff and psychic readings and psychic development, all the yumminess, share this out with your community or with your friends or family, or whoever you think would benefit from this. Let's get increase our visibility so that we can find more of our community. All right. And if you would like to share your prayers right now, I invite you to leave a comment. Pray for yourself, pray for loved one, pray for collective, pray for not so loved ones. Bring it out of you. Type it out, bring it out into the world so that you can anchor it in the physical. And then we will bring those comments up and we will affirm those prayers for you so that we give it an even more of a boost, pushing it out into the collective. And I am so grateful to be here, and thank you so much. Okay. I had a hell of a week, especially yesterday. Yesterday was a really, really hard day. And actually, the last several weeks, I've been feeling weirdly emotional, like all over the place. I don't know about you. Tell me if you've been experiencing this as well. If you are experiencing a lot of emotional ups and downs. I'm going to pause it right here because we just got a comment, and I want us all to focus on this comment. I'm going to bring Marina's comment up here. Needing healing, diagnosed with a rare kind of cancer. Marina, let's go ahead and everybody, if you would just focus and project your love and your energy and your heart to Marina. And let's affirm Marina's prayer for healing. Let's surround her in the white hot light of Divine Spirit so that she's carried through this experience, moving to the other side with self-love, grace, and patience. Hold Marina as she navigates this difficult time. Thank you. Thank you for your vulnerability there, Marina. Really nice to be able to send this energy to you, my sweet. So yeah, Marina, it looks like you're agreeing that emotional ups and downs, right? So I wouldn't consider myself an emotionally volatile person, but I have been shocked at the way my moods have been going up and down, just like up and high and then dipping really low. And it's really sucked. I haven't liked it. So I've been struggling with this. And yesterday was really hard. Yesterday, I dipped into this really dark place, just hopelessness. And I am not somebody who tends towards depression. I tend to go the other way. I go for anxiety. That's generally my Achilles heel right there. Is I'll get really like fearful and anxious and have to bring myself down. But when you're in a depressive state, in a hopeless state, it's like having to pull yourself up. That's kind of the way that I see it. So I really felt a lot of hopelessness, especially the second half of the day. I was just having a rough time. And as the day wore on, I started to think about like my relationships and think about the ones that had sort of failed, that had gone out of my life. And I started to think a lot about my experience as a mother. You know, my son is almost grown. He's going to be moving to the big city soon. I mean, he's off, and he's been living with his dad for a couple of years. Before that, it was just me and him. So I was a very young single mom doing the best I could. And at times that wasn't very good. It just wasn't. And I started being hit with these sort of really intrusive thoughts about all the ways that I had been a failure. And it was just this spiral I was experiencing, just deeper, deeper, deeper into this depressive state, hopeless state, fueled by the thoughts of my past and where I went all wrong, unable to see another way, another direction. And by the time I went to bed, I was just sort of dragging myself, feeling like a husk, like there was no value to me whatsoever. But then I laid in bed, and my practice, I've taken a lot of people through this kind of feeling, these kind of difficult emotions, and I know how to get through this. Sometimes it can take a minute because the mind comes in and just swirls, just takes you around in circles and won't let you out. It like creates this prison, this mental prison. And so then we feel stuck. We feel like we can never get out of this feeling, like we'll never be good enough. We'll never, and what I was feeling, and my mind was really hooking in on my history as a mother, because a lot of times that's the easiest thing for my mind to latch onto and keep me in this state of misery. But as I was laying there in bed, taking breaths, I would realize I was avoiding my shame all day long, maybe for weeks. I recognize that the reason I've been so emotionally volatile the last few weeks is because there has been stuck energy in my body coming up for review, old emotional experiences coming up for review. And I had been avoiding those. I had been in my head. I had been, you know, spinning on this or that, running away, running away from my emotional experiences. And that is kind of what we're taught to do. Almost no one is taught how to feel their damn feelings, how to navigate the emotional morass. And as a result, we have a really intense emotional experience, and we do not allow ourselves to have that experience in the moment. It doesn't go away. It gets stuck in your body. It gets lodged in there. And the only way to dislodge that stuck energy is to feel your damn feelings. And so when you have this energy stuck in your body, all of this difficult emotions, experiences, traumas, shit that we have avoided or simply didn't know how to process, didn't know how to be present with. It's not really about processing it. It's about being present. In fact, I'm really trying not to use the word process, because process gives the connotation of like, we're going to talk about it, we're going to turn it over, we're going to hash it out, we're going to find out why. None of that fucking matters. The only thing that matters is you are present with your feelings as they come up. And I had been avoiding some real deep shame and pain and grief that had been lodged in my body. It was time for it to come up. You know why? Because I'm ready to move to the next motherfucking level. I'm ready to expand. And every time we are ready to expand into our highest expression, shit hits the fan in our emotional, our mental life. Big fear comes up. Big emotion comes up. All that shame comes up. All of this rushes to the surface because the energy that is stuck in our body is keeping us heavy, dense, anchored. We are not able to expand into our fullest expression. I used to say highest expression, but somebody I follow on Facebook, Jennifer, I can't remember her last name. She made a post saying, it's not your highest expression, it's your fullest expression. And I went, ooh, that's it right there. Expanding into your fullest expression. You can't keep carrying that dead motherfucking weight when you're expanding into your fullest expression. It has to be released. And the only way to release it is through it. The only thing you can do is just be radically present with your experiences. And for me, the crutch, like the one that was coming up that I was running from, was a feeling of shame. And the shame was hooked in with my experience as a mom. Now, I'm sure that that's not even necessarily a fraction of the truth of it. But the truth is, it doesn't matter where the shame come from. It doesn't matter if it's mine. It doesn't matter if it's came from my experiences, if it was my fuck up, if it's all in my head. The point is, I had an experience of feeling shameful. And instead of being present with that feeling of shame or guilt or grief at the time, I stuffed it, I ran from it, I avoided it, and it got lodged in my body. And last night, I realized as I was laying in bed and I had gotten to a really dark place, I was like, okay, I gotta let myself have this. So I sat there and I finally, it's like I popped the top off, the cork popped off, and everything floated up. I laid in bed just awash in shame and grief and sadness and desperate sadness for not being able to change the past, not being able to fix it, not being able to fix some of my mistakes, not being able to make it better, to give my son the best childhood possible. I wasn't the worst mother in the world, and I definitely wasn't the very, very, very best either, but I did do my best, right? And so I sat there and the shame and the grief, and it felt almost unbearable. It's like, how do I get through this? Because then my mind hooked on, but I can't change it. It's permanently terrible. It's screwed up for good. And that's when I started almost unbidden repeating the Ho'oponopono in my mind. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. The Ho'oponopono is a sacred Hawaiian practice, and I'm not well versed in Ho'oponopono. I just know when I've used it, it has worked wonders on my mind, on my well-being, and on my environment. But my understanding is the essence of Ho'oponopono is you take radical responsibility for all the ills in the world, and then you move through the healing door of forgiveness. And so you can do the Ho'oponopono for anything directed for yourself, for others, whatever. It's, I'm sorry. I take radical responsibility. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Forgive me. Thank you. I love you. So I just started, because my mind was hooked on my son, on motherhood. And again, that was where my mind went. So we just work with what we got, right? I directed it towards my son. And as I was feeling awash in this shame, as I was feeling, and then as I was sort of putting the energy of Ho'oponopono into the mix, that radical responsibility, the door of forgiveness, the gratitude for the experience. I love you. Love for the experience, love for everything. It started to sort of move away, wash away in waves. And then I came to a place of total relaxation and I was able to go to sleep. And I woke up today a new fucking woman, a new woman. All of the weight and the emotionality and the desperation from these weeks has just lifted off of me. And suddenly I feel more empowered, more exalted, more clear, and more confident than I have in a really long time, because I walked through the doorway of my very hard feelings. When I did, that's when I stepped into my highest expression, the next available frequency for me. I've never been here before. And every time you're about to expand into that new frequency where you've never been before, this is the kind of bullshit that's going to come up. And let me tell you why. It's because your ego, which has a purpose, it's here to keep you safe. It's here to keep you alive. It's here to keep you on point. It's here to get you out of bed, show up and do live streams. Okay. But we are conditioned to put the ego in charge. And when we do that, and then we start to expand into a new frequency, a completely unfamiliar energy, the ego goes, oh, hell no. You can't do this. I can't manage this. This is like, I can't do it. The ego's way above its pay grade. And so it will show up and start bringing up all the things from your past, all the little like insecurities that you've ever carried, all of your bullshit, all of your nonsense, all the stuck energy you've carried. It will go hurl it at you. And the spirit goes, thank you, ego. We don't need this. We don't need this. But you have to have that crazy moment of courage where you lay in bed and let it wash over you. And then inject it with love. And maybe that's through the Ho'oponopono like I did, or another way. And let it go. Let the layer go. And let yourself be free. Okay, we have some comments here. Let's see what we got. Beautiful Connie. Hello, darling. I concur. Then bam, answers come from the least expected way. I call it quantum smashing. I love it. One then goes to the next level. Love seeing you and interacting. You have so much to share. Thank you so much for Connie. I'm so glad that you're on here and joining. This makes me so happy. Quantum smashing. I am 100% going to pluck that term for you. That is brilliant, my love. Amelia says, thank you. You're so welcome, darling. I'm so glad it's so helpful. Connie, I so understand the real now moment. It is exhilarating. It really is, isn't it? Yeah. So that's what I wanted to talk about today is this journey to freedom is through the hard emotions. And I want to point out that I spent weeks avoiding my shit, avoiding the door to where I want to be. Looking at the door, going, no, 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 must be over here. Go here. Go play in this corner. I'll go put my head in the sand. Whatever I need to do, I get away from here. I wouldn't let myself just walk through the door. And when I let myself walk through the door in bed, it might have taken like 10 minutes for this whole process, the intensity for it to peak and then recede and then be free of it once and for all. And now here's the thing, that layer that I shed last night, it's gone for good. There are other layers. We're human. We always got layers. But that layer, that's gone for good. I do not have to deal with that or run away from that anymore in my life. It's that simple. It is that simple. Well, my loves, I would love to do some readings. If you would like a reading, you can make a donation at any amount. The link is there on the screen. It's also in the description of the video, so you can just click right on it. It'll so be my pleasure to tune in and see what Spirit has for you. You know, it's so interesting. It's so cute. I can't stop thinking about this. My coach did this, had us do an exercise. It was what was it? It was like, what are your, what's your zone of genius, right? What are the things where you just get lost in it? And I started listing this and that and the other, like, oh yeah, this is it. And then she said, and I would include channeling, Ingrid, because I see it when you're channeling. And I went, and I realized everything I listed was actually channeling. It was just the whatever form it was taking, like poetry and, like podcasting, and all of that is actually a function of channeling. That's what I'm almost always channeling when I'm on here on live. Even when I'm teaching and speaking or sharing about my experiences, I'm channeling the spiritual lessons and truths and sharing those with you. And then of course these readings, that's all channeling too. Even using tarot cards, I'm still channeling. Kelsey, it's like we were doing the same thing last night. You and I are so often on the same wavelength, and I fucking love it. And I love you. Marina, no, I do not actually. I have some other. Here we go. This is better. So PayPal, Venmo, or Cash App. And I'm trying to get back into my PayPal. They make me jump through a bunch of hoops, like pictures and stuff. And like click on this many pictures or these red lights. And I'm like a little bit distracted. So I haven't been doing it right, but I'm getting back into PayPal. Oh yeah. So yeah, Connie, that is a great explanation. Thank you, darling. Good. I'm so glad that it's clear and it makes sense. That makes me really happy. Feedback is really helpful to me because, what I'm doing here with channeling, with teaching, with psychic read, bringing through spirit, it's not something physical. It's not something I can do with my hands and then look at and be like, okay, and typically, unless I'm writing, then I can read it back. But so it's really helpful for you to help me anchor in what I'm doing by giving me something physical with feedback. That's very helpful. So if you want a reading, PayPal, Venmo, or Cash App, please leave a comment if you want a reading and you're going to go make a donation so that I stick around, because I have accidentally hopped off when I thought nobody else wanted a reading. And so they were like, wait, where's my reading? Like, oops. Because I think there's about a 10-second delay. So between me talking and you getting it. But I am so appreciative of being able to do these readings. And these lessons. Yeah, one of the things is, okay, great, Marina. Yeah, let me know where you make a donation. I'll just double check, make sure it comes through, and then I will tune in for you, my love. Cash App. Okay, babe. The last few weeks with all the effort I was putting into avoiding my stupid self. I'm not stupid, but I was being funny there. It was so draining that it was hard for me to do what I love, like getting on live streams, like recording my podcast. I had to take a break from my podcast. Unfortunately, I have kind of a backlog filled up. And I was like, do I even want to do it anymore? I'm so tired. I'm so tired. I was so tired and so drained. And as soon as I just walked through the door and just let myself feel it and be present with it, everything lifted. Suddenly I have so much more energy and excitement and zest for life. And so if you're really tired, if you're chronically tired and drained, there's something you're avoiding. There's a feeling you're avoiding. And here's the thing, especially with something like shame, but I think this can happen with any of our emotions. We tend to take this shit really personally. Like we think that we are somehow defective or wrong because we have these experiences or we feel these feelings. But the truth is feelings are not personal. They're just experiences. They're just experiences. And when you just let yourself have the experience, you move through it. Okay, Marina, I haven't seen your donation come in yet on Cash App. Let me know if you did that or maybe you're working on it. But yeah, I'm here to do some readings. Da-na-na-na. It's fun to do readings. It's fun. All this is fun. And if you have any questions or comments about what we talked about, or for me, please let me have them. When I go live here and I go live on TikTok, and when I go live on TikTok, it's actually pretty fun because I get a lot of questions about like psychic readings and psychic development, and also like spirituality and stuff. And that can be really fun to just answer those questions. And so if you have anything like that for me, let me know because I'm here to answer all the things. Connie has a good comment. Why you're so tired could be diet. If you've been recently pained, then it takes a lot out of you. Never feel like you don't do enough. Yeah, diet is a big one. And we have a lot. What I've discovered with diet, and thank you for that, Connie. Marina, I got your donation. Let me finish this thought, and then I'm gonna tune in for you, my love. If you have a question, leave a comment. If not, I'll just tune in, give you a give you whatever spirit has for you. Um, I have found with diet, I have food sensitivities that I don't really notice, and I wouldn't go so far as to say they're allergies, but like you say, Connie, they drain you. They just pull at your energy. So diet food, the quality of your food is the energy and the vibration of your food. Such an important piece to look at. All right. Okay, beautiful Marina. Let's do your reading. Okay, show me, show me, show me, show me. Okay, Marina, love. The first energy center I'm getting hit with is the throat and then the heart. And I feel some fear in the heart and I feel a block in the throat. I feel like in your situation right now, you have questions and you're afraid to voice them. But you need to know that the questions that you have, the digging that you want to do, don't hesitate to dig and ask questions. I feel like there's some hesitation about asking too many questions, digging too deeply, like you're questioning yourself. I feel sort of an insecurity, a little bit of an insecurity and volatility in there, and a blocked throat chakra. That blocked throat chakra means you're really hesitant. And you don't really trust yourself to ask these questions. I feel like you're afraid of not saying something right, of using the wrong terminology, like sounding like you don't know what you're talking about, that kind of thing. Don't worry about that. I'm getting really strong. Spirit is asking you to like put your feet firmly on the ground. And as I see your feet hit the ground, I see fire, just like a bolt of fire on each leg. Like you really land with power and passion. Don't be afraid to look stupid or to feel or like if people make you feel dumb, ignore that. Your questions are valid. Your inquiry is valid. And it is your heart pulling you. When you're being led by your heart, you're being led by source. You're being led by the divine. You are being led by the divine to ask questions, to dig deeper, to read more. And do not let anybody around you or your own mind convince you that you shouldn't be asking these questions or that you don't have, don't have enough information or knowledge or whatever it is. Okay. So let's pull some cards for you, beautiful one. See what else spirit has for you. Communication. Look at that lightning bolt. Not dissimilar to what I saw in your feet. Okay, if you don't know what this is yet, oh, okay, I see this. Okay, more another communication card. Okay. Um, I feel like talk to more than one person. You need to find the person that you can trust in your situation. Talk to more than one person. You're still thinking a lot. You're confused. You're not sure of yourself yet. It's okay to go ahead and wait that out a little bit and wait for more information. But as soon as you feel the urge, please don't hesitate to ask those questions. It'll feel like, show me, show me. What will it feel like when it's time to ask those? Oh, yeah. It'll feel like it's like something emerging from your stomach and chest and out. You're going to feel um I feel like there's a little outrage coming, is what it feels like to me. Some outrage, something like that. You're really something's going to kind of piss you off, is what I'm feeling. There's going to be some anger. And then that anger is an expression of your personal power. Anger is a bastardized expression of our personal power. It's going to come out feeling like anger, but know that is your power coming out. That's when it's time to start asking questions. The trepidation you feel right now, it, it's because you feel like you don't have enough information. Like you feel like you're confused or there's too many options. Just start asking the questions and that will help you get more clear. Thank you, Spirit. Start asking questions and that will help you get more clear. The fear that you have stems from childhood. Okay. It's a conditioned response. It's not really you. You have a powerful voice and God leads you through your heart. You always feel the right direction, specifically in your heart and your chest. Spirit, God, I keep wanting to use the word God, is pulling you forward. It's pulling you along the path. Here's the thing. When we're being led by Spirit, we don't get to see the end. We don't even see the light at the end of the tunnel. All we get is, okay, now take this step, take this step, take this step. You're being pulled step by step. And right now you're being pulled to ask these questions. I know it's confusing. You don't have all the information. Ask the questions. There are people who you can trust, people who you can talk to. You're looking for, and you're getting closer to the partnership that you need right now. I feel like this has to do with your diagnosis that you mentioned earlier. That's the strong hit that I get. Okay. So, but keep asking questions and keep getting differing opinions. Okay. Until you are satisfied with the answer. You will know in your body when you have the answer that you're looking for. It's not a head thing, it's a body thing for you. Really pay attention to your heart, darling. Okay, sweetheart. Thank you so much, Marina, for your donation and the opportunity to be of service to you. I really hope that that was helpful for you. And I am doing readings by donation. Donate any amount. PayPal, Venmo, Cash App, they're all on my screen. PayPal's linked in the description of the video. I'd be so happy to do a reading for you. Let's see, PayPal kicked me out. And then leave a comment if you're going to get a reading too. You're so welcome, Marina. So nice to connect with you today and so nice to be of service to you. Sending you so much love, my darling. Oh gosh, do you know what I discovered today, folks? So if you followed me around for any length of time, you know I've been crazy about human design, right? I've been really having a love affair with it. So much fun learning so much about it. I discovered sidereal human design today. Oh, did Ingrid go down through some rabbit holes? Oh, so fun. All the way up until it was time to broadcast. I was like looking at stuff and was like, oh, it's time to go live. Okay. Ooh. So sidereal versus tropical. If you're aware, in astrology, you have tropical astrology, which is Western astrology, and you have sidereal astrology, which is Vedic astrology. So the difference is about 23, 24 degrees. Okay. The reason for this is because over the 2 millennia, the Earth has shifted slightly on its axis because it doesn't turn in a, perfectly perpendicular. And so it has changed how we perceive the constellation in the sky. And so tropical astrology has not taken that change in the Earth's axis into account, but Vedic or sidereal astrology has. So they say that sidereal astrology is more accurate technically based on what the sky is doing. But the way that I've used tropical and sidereal astrology a lot, right? I'm very nerdy about this stuff. And I have found that sidereal astrology tends to be very much a person's inner world, and tropical tends to be their external expression of that. So I'm applying this to human design as well. And I looked at my sidereal human design, and I'm like, okay, rabbit hole. Okay, you know what Ingrid's going to be doing tonight? Ingrid's going to be looking at all of her loved ones' charts in sidereal. Okay, beautiful Kelsey. I got you, my love. Let us tune in for you, my sweet. Let me just make sure everything went through. I'm sure it did. Yep, we're golden. Okay, my love. What does our beautiful Kelsey need to know? Show me, show me, show me, show me. Oh, my love. I look at your heart and I see the sun. I just see this ball of yellow energy and it looks like the sun. And it's like opening up your heart chakra, opening up your chest. And it feels like, oh my God, it's like open heart surgery. It's like the chest is being cracked open, right? I know that's a horrible visual, but it feels really good when I'm tuning into it. It's just really your heart is just opening and this bright, brilliant yellow sun is radiating out from there. And yellow, there's something about the color yellow. Yellow is associated with Jupiter. So, oh my God. And I just remembered your human design chart. You're a self-projected projector, aren't you? Which means everything is about the heart for you, which means that you are stepping solidly onto like your life path. And by that, it's not necessarily about what you do. You can do whatever the hell you want. Spirit says, Spirit didn't use hell. That was me. But so you can do whatever you want, but you are truly coming home to yourself, like deeply, totally, completely to yourself. Now, here's where the block is. The block is in the throat. The throat is going to keep you a little bit wobbly for a little while, but that's okay. Trust the process. The flame from the sun is going to burn off any block that you have in the throat. Just give it time. Also, grief is something that is going to be coming up for you. That's going to continue to cycle a little bit, but it's not going to be that big a deal. It's just going to come up and then move out, come up and then move out. Just give it time. But you've done the hard work of like opening up the chest cavity, right? You've done the open heart surgery. And now it's just going to be shining through. You're going to find that your confidence is going to increase. And one of the things that's going to happen with your confidence increasing is you're going to notice that some people in your life are not going to respond well to that. Those people are either going to have to figure out how to level up to your vibration, or they're going to have to move out of your life because you simply can't turn back. I mean, you can't turn back now. These people benefited from you staying small. Maybe not so much benefit. They felt a lot more comfortable because this radiance that you have in your heart is going to really be showing people where they are falling short in themselves and their own confidence, their own path, their own connection to this incredible source energy. Jupiter is very important for you. I would look up where Jupiter is in your different charts, like your human design and your astrology charts, and study that and contemplate your Jupiter placements, because I'm feeling like Jupiter is very, very important for you. Jupiter is also about spirituality, and Jupiter rules the ninth house. So in astrology, so feel into those subjects, those areas, and see how that what that gives to you, what that speaks for you. So know that you're going to get some pushback. And your throat is going to make you feel wobbly because there's a little bit of insecurity, which is showing up in the throat chakra. But again, the heart is so strong. That energy is so strong, it's going to burn it off. So you don't have to do anything to fix yourself. You've already done the hard bit, which is opening up that chest cavity. Kelsey, yes, people have definitely liked me being small and less than what I can be. Right. Okay, hang on. Card flew out. Haha, 6 of Wands, victory, bitches. Oh, I love it. Okay, so you're not done with the transformation process. You've done it, like you've reached a huge milestone, but this is a new beginning, okay? And it's going to take there's going to be a fair bit of solitude, it's a solo journey and it's a transformative journey. The death card is about a deep inner transformation, but it takes time. But you don't have to do anything because you enter the death era when you have made the commitment, when you've already just made the commitment, right? You made the commitment and now you're going through it. The challenge for you is going to be to stay in a state of optimism and gratitude. All right. And stay out of your head and stop worrying. But ultimately, my darling, like you've done it. You've begun again. This is a huge time for you. Hugely beneficial time for you. You're just doing amazing. So pleased for you. All right, my sweet. I hope that was helpful. I'm really glad that it's resonating. It's funny because I'm on a thyroid journey again. Okay, I feel like I'm not sure if that's going to get resolved. It feels to me like you will have a functional cure when it comes to the thyroid. Either you're going to get good medication or like something's going to happen where like that won't be a problem for you anymore. And that will just happen on its own, basically. Like you won't have to chase that down. That's going to be part of the healing process. You are so welcome, Kelsey. I'm so glad that that was helpful for you. So yeah, folks, if you're just joining, I am doing a readings by donation. Donate any amount, PayPal, Venmo, or Cash App. I am here. Yeah, Kelsey, that would be amazing. Yeah, it feels like I'm getting functional cure is basically what I'm getting. It's like functional cure, functional cure. Something's going to be, that's going to work itself out. So good. I'm glad for you. Yeah, medical intuition. That has been a journey. That right there, going through and helping people with their, it's not something that I have put a lot of thought or effort into or really talked about a whole lot, but I have had so many instances in my medical intuition journey where I've had just like mind-blowing confirmations about people's medical journeys and medical issues and kind of being able to pick stuff out. Now I'm not medically trained. So I'm like, I see this and that, that's just describing it. And now get you to the doctor, and I'll tell people if they need to go to the doctor, or if it's like serious or not, and they will go and it'll be basically what I described, but me not using the medical terminology because I'm not medically trained. So hopefully that is good. Oh, Kelsey's a medical intuitive too. Yeah, it's definitely it's high stakes, or if it's one of those things that feels very high stakes. Like, okay, like mediumship is another one that feels very high stakes, So, okay, my loves, I feel like we are complete and wrapping up, and I am so grateful to have been able to be here and connect with you. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you catch this on the replay, make sure that you hit hashtag replay so I know you watched it, and please share this out with anybody who you think would benefit from today's message. And I am here every week. I occasionally miss a week or miss a day because like life happens, but I try and be here every day between like 5 and 6. Not every day. That'd be a lot. Saturdays between 5 and 6 on Bava and my personal page. And then Wednesdays between 5 and 6 on my Ingrid H. Turner page and my personal page. And then, of course, I'm on TikTok Thursdays between 5 and 6. And I will occasionally go live randomly in between. So glad. So glad to be here. All right. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. Love you loads. Bye now.